Well, hello there. Come in. Grab a seat. Well, may I ask, why have you come in today? You feel a little bit sick? Okay, that's a right term. Can you explain a little bit more? Okay. A little bit nauseated. Cold sweats, you say? I do not see any sweat on you. You just dried it off. Okay. Okay. So, you say you have a little bit of nausea. Can I ask, what did you have for breakfast? Oatmeal? With milk? Okay. Usually that should be a pretty sturdy and firm breakfast. Yeah, which should give a nice full feeling and not nausea at all. What are your symptoms like? You have a little bit of nausea, cold sweats, you say, even though I do not see the cold sweats. Is that it? Lighted it? Okay. So that's why you came down here to me. Okay, let's see. First of all, I just want to use this stethoscope on you, just to see if your heart rate is normal when you're breathing. There. If you just lift up your shirt here from the front. Thank you. Okay. And just breathe in. A deep breath. Yeah. Breathe in, please. Yeah, it's a little bit cold. And breathe in, please. Okay. Sounds fairly normal and quite good, actually. Can you just turn around and just remove your shirt? Then I will just do it on the back as well. Breathe in. Good breath. Yeah. A new spot. Breathe in. Thank you. Breathe in. And the last spot here. Seemed very fine, that's nice. I will just check your temperature. So I have this right here for the mouth. I will just click right here. And if you just open your mouth. Okay. Also very, very normal. Yep. You're not coughing or anything like that? Nope. Okay. Yeah, the thing I can say right now is that I do know that we have a big math test today, and you are the 4th person in here. Yeah. But of course, every time a new person comes in here, I cannot just assume it's because of the math test, and I am not sure that it's because of the math test either. I'm not saying that. I am saying that. So, yeah, since I have so many sick children in here today, then of course I see a pattern. I know it's frightening if you're not the best at math. Yeah, when you just sit at the table, look at the questions and don't know the answers, you see the next person to you just writing through. Seems like they got all the answers. Usually they just don't have all the answers, but they do have a basic understanding, you know. It can be a little bit frightening, yeah, with these math tests. So today I'm more like a consultant, you know, like getting people down again. It doesn't seem like you have any fever or anything like that. So I do think that it's quite safe to send you out there again. I will say though, if you eat a banana and apple, just some fruit, you know, it might calm you down, especially if you do have some cold sweats. You have experience. I don't know if you have that, but you told me you had. So if you are experiencing some of that, eat some fruit. It can be just a little bit of lack of sugar in your system. Yeah, the blood sugar. Okay. Well, you don't know. Just like the other children I had in here, which are not the best in math in their own opinion. They might be great. They might just have anxiety for tests, you know. But I'll just try to calm you down a little bit. I've been there myself. I was not the best at math. I had a basic understanding, but sometimes I was just taking a test and I just understood nothing. It can be very, very discouraging. It can be very frightening. You don't want to sit there and know nothing and have a judgmental teacher come over and giving you the look, you know. Yeah. So that is how it is. I'll just say, if you fail this test today, it's not a wild exam, you know. It doesn't have to affect anything. It just tells you where you are at right now. So when you have these kind of math tests, especially in the squid, yeah, then it's just to find out where your level are at as well. Of course, it is also just to give you a little bit of refreshing of the knowledge that you should already have in the teacher's opinion. We are all different and the classes just get bigger and bigger. So of course there are people on this level in math, then you might be on this level in some other class where they are not the best. And then the teacher will evaluate them in that class as well, and they just taper the educational material that they give to you in that regard. Yeah, I'll just come over to you a little bit more often and help you. Just ask if you have questions. It's not the most comfortable thing to ask basic or what you think is basic questions in a classroom full of other people that seems to get it, you know. It doesn't, it's not the nicest thing to do, you know. Then you're just sitting there and minding your own business. There's something that you are not the best at, and then you are gonna get judged by the other kids. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. So now that I do hope that I've calmed you down a little bit, how do you feel? Are your symptoms a little bit better? Or do you still have cold sweats, nausea, no fever of course, but yeah, it is a little bit better. Yeah, I think it when you just think about what you are gonna do in this test. Take the test. If you fail, you fail, and that's just how it is. You will just need to read up on some material, and that's it. That's it. Great. So you do maybe admit that you are not that sick after all. Okay. And I know a grown-up like me standing here and saying to you that you are probably not sick. It's not the most comfortable experience in the world. Yeah, people can get a little bit mad when you call them out, but there's no harm in it. If you were sick, then I would just have found a few symptoms with what you were saying, but I didn't. No. I will just take care of you a little bit. Yeah, just to also calm you down. I have this cloth right here. With some cold water. It can really help ground a person and calm them down. And as you heard on me before, this is not the first time I do this today, so there are other children who has it exactly like you. They can be a little bit encouraging as well. So I will just take this cloth right here, put on your forehead. Yeah, it feels nice. And I will just tap. Just tap. Was that nice? I'm glad. I do have a spray right here with some lavender in it. I know that this is not the usual thing to do, but I'll just spray it in there. Lavender has this scent where you are just getting in a very relaxed state. So if I spray this in the air, it doesn't even just have to be lavender. This could also work for other smells as well, because then you have to focus on the smells, and that is the only thing that you have to focus on. But lavender has this scent where it will relax you a little bit more as well, so that is why I use lavender for this. This is not my first time helping people get over anxiety for tests, As I said, this is my 4th time just today. I've done this for everyone, and it works wonders. It really does. But this is just a usual thing. I know when it's test day, it's gonna be a busy day for me. But I like my job. I like taking care of you guys, so it's just extra work for me, but I like it. So I will just spray in there, then the mist will just pour out, and then you just have to smell. Then you just have to give a good smell. It's a very nice smell, isn't it? Can you feel you're getting a little bit more relaxed? Nice. Just take a good deep breath. Yeah, unfortunately I cannot come into the test and spray when you are a little bit concerned, but will do fine. I'm sure of it. Just a deep, good breath. I will just do it a few more times. Is that okay? Do it like this. Yeah, and also just the mist that falls down on your skin. It is just a very, very, very calming. And one more time. It's very calming, very nice. For me as well. Now, another thing that I would like to do as well is just, the last thing, just to calm me down and just ground you a little bit, is I have this device where I tap on my hand, go to one side and the other side of the ear, and then you're just gonna listen to it. Just listen to the sound. It can be a very, very calm sound as well. Here it is. Yeah, it is just 128 hertz sound. So I just tap. Can you hear that? Just listen to only the sound. Just listen to the sound. I'll be quiet. Yeah, it finished. And again, the other ear. Yes, extremely relaxing. Just focus on the sound. Just focus on the sound. A little bit my voice if you find that relaxing as well. Just focus on the sound. 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 The last time. Okay, my friend. Are you calm now? Or a little bit calmer? Not so much anxiety. I'm very happy to hear that. I truly am. Yeah, it's not easy with these tests, with something that you're not the best at, but I know that you will get through it. You will get through it. So, just believe a little bit in yourself. Don't have to be sick to not get a test. They will just test you some other time. Maybe you will not be in a classroom full of people, but they will test you as well. So there's no escaping math forever, unfortunately. Yeah, I know this is one of the worst things to hear when you are a child or just a younger person, that I know that you are not gonna use it directly when you get older. Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not, but you will use it indirectly a lot. Even in my field and in other different fields where you think you shall not use math at all, then if you have a very good basic understanding, that it can make basic works, yeah, a lot of different works, even some carpenter work, blacksmith, something like that, also need to know basic math. You use it in the workplace there as well. So if you just get a basic understanding and you get good at that basic knowledge, then you can get very, very far. Better to have a very good basic understanding, basic knowledge on math, basic knowledge on math, and just truly understand it, than trying to get over your level and forget it all once you're through here. Then it will look good on paper if you have to get into university and stuff like that, of course. Then you need to have a higher level. But if that is not your goal, then I would just try to be on that level that you feel comfortable with, where you also are at class, but then have that very good basic understanding, and then just be very good at that. Then you can come very, very far and much, much better, in my opinion. So I do hope that I've calmed you down. I do hope that I have given you some courage, some encouragement, and yeah, just that you would like to go back and take that test and smash it. Yeah. I hope you get a good experience there, and I hope that you got a good experience here as well. I hope that you really got a good experience as well. And I know that this was a nice, pleasant experience. I've heard that before, but I do not come here like every day. I do not have the time to have people here every day because they thought this was a nice experience. We do have medical emergencies here as well, and checkups and stuff like that, so I cannot have the room occupied for people who just want this experience again, Yeah. Well, good luck, my friend.